Hi everybody, welcome back to TekWarfare, episode 37 with me, Sid, and we did some building in the last episode, which we need to complete today, as well as some other things. So, just been doing a little bit of brewing. I don't know how that's going. We've got that elixir of speed 2, which I've also made potions of speed. And now, as you know, the advantage to elixirs is they stack. But potions, of course, don't. So the elixirs are better, but one of the things I'm finding, not to put too fine a point on it, is that I'm having to do a lot of travelling around. I'm also having to sit here looking at the rain going, this is vile, let's sort this out. So I wondered what I'm not a big fan of sprinting everywhere. Not so much in this pack, because in this pack I've got a lot better food sources and everything. But it occurs to me that we can quite easily use an elixir of speed, and that'll give me a minute and a half of speed upgrade. However, yeah, now here's where the fun bit comes. If I can, how are you at? You are at 0.1. Excellent, good. I haven't got a lot of this going, so we'll get you in there. Actually, I think it's this one that raises the speed 3. It does. Okay. And then if I whiz around here, speed 3 might be a little bit much. This one should increase the duration. Now, obviously that's not up. Hang on. That's not brilliant because we've only got like 2 minutes on. But if I were to do that in quick succession, then we could get pretty good speed upgrade. And obviously if I want to sprint, then I can sprint, and we're good. Anyway, that was just playing around with ideas for speed. There are no speed boots or anything in this that I can say. Yeah, there's attack speed, there's weapons, but I don't think we have any actual items that give us any increase in speed other than potions, which is a shame. But God, it's like being attacked by a horde of giant noses. So anyway, last episode we built this, and I've since modified it a little bit. I think I'm going to have to work that. That's not really good for the. I've added some Tektopia chairs in. The villagers were not able to sit down. They didn't like it. They were getting a bit surly about the whole thing. But this has proved to be a bit of a hit anyway. And if you recall, we put this hidden trapdoor to go down to the smuggler's den, which, if I can get myself down, oh look, there's a smuggler's den. I've dug out the hole basically, and we've got a space here. So I need to go and get my crafting bench. So what I would like, seriously, you guys are so stupid. How can you not pathfind half slabs? Half slabs are part of the game. Good grief. Oh well, I suppose it shouldn't surprise me. So anyway, we got this going. It's a thing. It needs detailing outside, a little bit of ruggedization, some foliage and the likes. Inside we have I really ought to put myself onto something a bit less things. We have our little rooms for the guests. They can only sleep at night, and we've got multiple guest rooms, just nothing fancy. It is just typically a dockside inn and tavern. However, down here is where I want to do a little bit of work. So we've got this area here, and I'm going to stick you down for starters. Oh, thank God for that. I'm not a big fan on the point of view change that you get with things. Right, we should have a whole load of bits in here. We do need to do something with those shulkers at some point, and that's why they're in there. But first things first, let's just craft these up into things now. That's the wrong button. Let's try that again. Because I want some of that action. And what we'll do is we're going to just brick this out in bog standard stone brick. Like so. Absolutely nothing fancy going on down here. We do need to illuminate the place, of course, as well, but we'll work on that after the fact. And yeah, I just want to make the smugglers hide out here, and it's going to get very dark very rapidly if I'm not careful. So let me try and sort that out while we're at it. Very simple, nothing fancy. The only thing we really need to do is chisel it up a little bit, make it. A lot of this you'll not see anyway, but doesn't really matter. Yes. We actually do need, I'm thinking this through. Not that, that's for certain. That going on. Right. Which means that we'll want to do that bit and then crack a few of them. Not too many, just, you know, enough to vary the textures. Right, so armed with that, what else can we play with? There's a few things I should have brought with me and I didn't because I was stupid. Let me get rid of those and start off with, I would like to make a door. And the door is going to be one of these basically, so we need to make 4 of those. I need more than that. Oh, damn you. Okay, fine, not a problem. There's no such thing as problems, only solutions. Oh, we got 3. Okay, it's even better. So we'll take you out the equation here for starters, and we are going to put, let's go with trodden floor. That sounds like a plan, and that can come in on the floor here. Like that. I'll just highlight what I've not done. It's one of those funny it's a funny texture, this one, because you can't always. So that's on the wrong side. So this is a smuggler's den, of course. So what we need to do is make this into a smuggler's den. Not changing that, that's going to be static, and that is going to go there, and then that will go like that. We'll take a little bit of you back there, a little bit of you there. In fact, what we shall do, if I can, let me, no, we'll have to take that out. We'll just replace it. Oh, does it? Hang on a second. Oh, it gave me flint. You are kidding me. Yeah. Perfect. So you'd never know there was a smuggler's hideaway there. It's perfectly hidden door. And then what we'll do is we shall take out this floor and replace it all with trodden brick. So let me get that done and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, got that in place. I have a whole load of loot-like things here to play with. Mainly because I figured that this would be the kind of thing where we would want to do that. We've also got a little bit of lighting in that one I've just put away. Damn you. Take those out as well. Take you out and just place you out the way there. So yeah, things like, I mean, this is basically a smuggler's cove, so smuggler's warehouse, so we can pop in, you know, bits and pieces. Let's not go too mad with all of the things because we've got plenty to play with. So we can pop a bit of that there, a bit of that can go there, perhaps, you know, just get in there. And no, it's not going to help me. Oh, they're obviously enjoying themselves upstairs. Oh, that's not belonging in there. Some of this isn't for in here as well. This has some other applications elsewhere, so I don't want to go too mad with things like the barrels because they I need some upstairs. I don't want to go too mad with half of this stuff, to be honest. Some of these things are fine, and we shall just, you know, put them around with casual and liberal abandon. If I can just find, no, we'll just keep it. They'll be organised pirates. Oh, smugglers, sorry, not pirates. Get the right criminal fraternity, John. We'll take a few of these DecoCraft crates and plaster those around. Bit more, maybe a bit of one there. We've got lots of these chests to play with. So again, we can just liberally scatter these about the place. Keep one. So I'm going to try and put everything I want for upstairs over there, and everything I want for downstairs can be here. So I'll take one of those, and this one can come in here. Cobwebs. Alright, we're steadily progressing. I have plotted out, well, this is the first little shack, just a hovel, nothing fancy to it. Not going to have a great deal going on inside it. I did run out of, I decided to do a limestone base and follow it up with the clay wall, which, you know, breaks up the monotony of it and just gives us something different to play with there. So let me just put that away because I don't really need you anymore. I did bring a couple of that's a light block, so it will only accept fungi. As is that one, you see, that will only accept fungi as well. Now what I have done is I put a little path going up here, so this gives us the excuse to extend up onto here perhaps, and even down onto the other side should we wish to. Again, this is the building of the story of the place. This path wasn't here, and then I kind of thought, well, how would they get around there? And well, there's a path, because, you know, this was a castle. It was built for defence. It's outgrown its walls, and now it's got bits on the outside. You know, not necessarily the nicest bits, but it has bits on the outside, and you know, some of those bits do need a little bit of cleaning. But that's fine, because, you know, it's I'm probably, I think we'll keep get rid of you. Yeah, so that's that, and then we've got another property over here which is going to have the reed thatch roof similar to this, and then we'll kind of dirty this area up, get some work done here around here, and we should be able to call this area more or less done. Now I do want to move that. I want to move that under here, and I want to get it ancient warfare idiot powered. And I figure if I place it in here, he can just stand here going and out accessing that. I don't know exactly how I want to do it though. We'll work it out, because what I would like to do is take the output and move the output away from here, maybe into underneath here somewhere. Just take it in and put it into something a little bit more efficient than that. Ideally some sorting would be ideal, but I suppose we can just let it run. It doesn't hurt anything running there for the time being, so we'll kind of go with that. But there's also needs bushification and work, so got to finish that. Need to start on this. I did bring these for a very good reason. We want some brick, and I am going to just go with a bog standard. I think I'm going to go with those, actually. That'll work. And these are going to, I'm not even going to indent the walls on these. These are really supposed to be just simple hovels. Do I want to... I mean, I'm very tempted to use this clay wall. I've got a lot of it, and it does seem to work as a building material. So we can do that. We have a little window there, have a window there, and that can come right over like that, and then we can maybe even just do no, not that, but that perhaps. And then on the outside, again, they're not, these buildings have no real purpose. They don't, I'm going to say they have no real purpose. They have no purpose. Their purpose is decorative, and I'm not even going to put villagers or anybody. I might put villagers in them, but they're too small for a dual occupancy home. A dual occupancy home and then putting one bed in it seems needlessly extravagant. So I don't know. It's an oh, hello. It's an odd little question. I have also gone and recut all of these so these idiots can get up. This was vital because they are stupid. It's official. I don't think anybody actually doubted my official statement that the villagers, both Ancient Warfare and Tektopia, both of them incapable of finding their own arse with both hands. I have said on previous occasions I am unsure as to why this is the case. You know, the zombie AI in Minecraft is more than capable of finding a villager at 5,000 paces without breaking a sweat. So why these guys should have a struggle is quite frankly beyond me. But we are going to need a little bit more of you. We're going to need more than that anyway, but I'm going to keep it sensible, and I'll get this done and I shall be back in a sec. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is basically take out all of the dirt we don't want to be dirt, or we don't want to be like plain dirt. So this is the kind of process I do a lot, and I just take out random blocks, leave the odd grass block, leave the odd normal block, and just, you know, mess it up a lot. So we end up with this kind of thing going on, and I find it just, you know, if you randomize it and maybe take the odd one out, you know, just go off to the side as if one's got broken out there as well. Got plenty of veggie on me, so you know, plants and stuff, we can get more. There's quite a few in the area anyway, so that was probably a mistake. But it doesn't matter. I mean, there is no right or wrong answer in this. It's a it's a game, for Christ's sakes. If you panicking about doing things right and wrong, you should probably think about trying something else, because it's definitely not for you. Take out most of that as well, all the way up to here, and then again, and most of this underneath here I'm going to rip completely out, because, you know, it's dark, it shouldn't be seeing that much in the way of the light of day. Maybe, you know, actually not that one. One of the things I do like to try and avoid is taking these little slices out that bit too close to the edge. Now I have brought some coarse dirt, so the first thing I'm going to do is throw down a little bit of this here and there. I've also done the stairs over here, which we need to do. We could probably put more. I mean, it might even be able to fit another building here, but we don't really need to do that right at this second, so I'm not gonna. You know, very simple outlook. If I don't need to do it, don't do it. And that should, if I come up here, allow me to, because I've got to also think about this, of course. How are you doing? You are there. Right, you need to be taken out, and most of that needs to be taken out. And then it's get in here with the chisel and take a stack of that, take a whole load of that, and just start splatting it down. And in theory, I should have enough dirt to do all the holes, because, you know, I didn't have any dirt on me when I started. I will sleep the night off though, because I don't want to run the risk of too many villagers getting murdered in the sleep. I suppose one of the things I really do need to try and push on is the walls as well, and I'm beginning to wonder whether I'm being overly ambitious by coming. Maybe I should come in like that and take this wall and kind of stretch it over a little bit more, so we kind of, you see what I'm saying, and maybe even put a few fields or something out that way. I don't know, but if I don't do the walls are a big project, and potentially going to be an issue if I'm not careful. So just something I'm aware of that I need to do, and I'm putting off because I know just how much of a grind it's going to be. And I'm sure you do. You'll all know the same. We recognise our own procrastinating behaviour as and when we do it. You know, it's just a thing. You know, part of the lies and the stories we tell ourselves. Oh, I'm not going to do that. It's going to be really horrible and painful to do. It's going to be boring or whatever. We do it to ourselves all the time. It's part of human psychology, I'm afraid. Trying to avoid doing the things we don't want to do. Back again, mister? You're going to be disappointed because I haven't got time to go and trade with you today. Right, let's get some of that one going. We'll put one of them in there. One there. That's lovely. And then things. So, randomly placing this. If we had quark, I would definitely be using the trowel. But I don't have quark in this pack, quite deliberately. I tend to use quark in everything. So I don't think it hurts to sometimes challenge yourself to do things without a mod rather than with, you know what I mean? Anyway, let me continue on. I shall be back in a second. Alright, so as we did elsewhere, first things first, we're going to have that also out the front of the tavern here, going to have a hitching post for the horses, because, you know, horses are a thing. And we'll just put a little bit of that up there. I don't know whether I stick one up there, how I'm going to do this. Maybe one, maybe actually one like that. I don't mind if it connects up in a sensible fashion. That, you see, would be horrible because it would connect to everything, all and sundry in its thing. In fact, let's take that out and we'll do that. Yeah, I could have done with 3 though for that, couldn't I? I suppose we can always, let's have a look. We can always take out this and make the hitching post a little bit more sensible. Because what I would like to do up here is going to be, they're just going to walk straight over it. Ignore me. Well, I normally do. We'll pop a little bit of that there, and we will stick another one just there. And then let's go and see, have I got any? I have, excellent. Plob, again, they're not necessary. This area is properly lit, but I think it does look nice to have realistic, you know, proper visible lights as well as invisible lights. So yeah, that kind of works to there. And then what we shall do is we will, I don't really think I need anything in there, so we'll put that away. And we've got a little bit of more fungus to spread around. Again, I'm going to use the funguses where, for example, light blocks, it doesn't really matter here, but we can stick one there. It kind of, again, makes sense growing on the timber there. Maybe even one over there, and another one there perhaps. So that kind of gives you, I don't know, some kind of sensible, hello, no, like there in that corner. We've got plenty more of this as well, so we can get a little bit crazy. I'm not sure what to do, whether to leave that. I think I'll cap that off properly. Yeah, put a bit there. That's fine. And a little bit of stinkhorn. Everybody likes a bit of stinkhorn, but not there. Stinkhorn can go there. Right, and then what we're going to need to do... no, stinkhorn can't go there. I have a plan for there. That's right. Sorry, I'm second guessing myself sometimes, because I have plans and then I forget about plans, and you know, so on and so forth. So I kept a whole load of crates and bits and a bag of flour, and the idea was that this would be a kind of a loading dock area for... I'm going to take that one up actually. We're going to play this one sensible like that. Get one of those there, so we can stick one there. That can go on the top there. Get a little bit of that going on here. Bit more of that going on there. Maybe even that there. So that kind of just makes that look more legitimate. And then what I'd thought was, and I'm going to need a little bit of oak for this, because I don't think I've got oak grid window, but I don't actually have any oak. So let me just grab that. I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I have an idea for some decoration out here, and it involves doing something like this. We're going to need to get a bit of chisels and bits going, and we are going to, get the right button, grab a bag and a chisel, and that. We don't really need that like that, but what we do need is to go and grab that whole block. And then what I would like to do, if I can get this right, is let me put another one of these down to give me some guidance on this side. So I want to use the chisels and bits to try and emulate this. So that's kind of 1, 2, 3 and there. It's not going to match perfectly because this is obviously, you know, not the correct one. We've got 6 in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there and there and there and there. And again, they're not perfect matches because, you know, as you can see here, the blocks don't line up exactly the same, but hopefully we can do something about that. Because what I also want to do then is take, I think that'll be more than enough. If we take, hang on, let me take you. This is going to be awkward. I'm starting to run out of bits already. Let me just get rid of that for a second. We're going to take you over and put you down here. And then what we'll do is we'll place, we're going to placement mode, and we'll place one, and damn it, I should have scaffold, thank you, and we'll place one on top of that. Actually, we'll do two. We'll do it like this. I'm only getting them up in the air so I can work around them. It's a lot easier if you can work around it. So we can, for example, we can come on this one and quite easily cover it with foliage. All the way around, like that. Hup. Take that one off because that doesn't actually matter. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can come in here, grab the U, copy that and paste it, and paste it and paste it. But then what I want to do is I would like to, actually let's just undo those two. So if I were to come in here with bits and just go across there like so, and then across there like so, come around the side here, around the back, connected texture now should only do as so far up the model. So there's just a way of controlling exactly where the foliage goes, because we don't want it to be everywhere on this. We just want it to be in a controlled fashion, like that. And then we go back to, oops, hang on, we go back to bits and then come right down to there on this one, and maybe even down as far as there, like that. But this basically should go all the way around. So what I'm effectively trying to do is this, if you ever played, I think it was the garden mod, I know I played it a wee bit, and I used to love it actually. It was garden plant things. It was, you know, pretty much what you would expect from a mod called the garden mod. And it had, the rustic has a similar thing. I think it's iron. Let me just have a look. Or is it plants actually has it? So it's one of these. There we go. The iron lattice from rustic, and I think plants has it as well. And you could actually just right click leaves onto them, and it was brilliant because it was such a useful thing for creating something like this. But of course we don't have that now, so we are in the ballpark of having to do this ourselves, which is fine, because now we've got that, we can take that and that, grab that one and place it. Need to probably get rid of that, don't I now? Place that one. That one goes there. That one goes there, and we've got a trellis growing up the side of the building. Not perfect, you know, I'm not saying this is awesome or anything, but it works. For me, that is reasonable. Now, these mistletoes are, if you can find the right thing to hang them off, are pretty handy for growing things. Not the most useful of the plants that we can play with, but you know, it does the job. We can put that away. I did wonder about doing something with this as well. Let me just get my scaffolding out. So rather than faffing around with the thing, we can do that. Now the drawback to that, before we get carried away with that, is there is an obvious gap between it. I'm not sure whether I like it, you know. I don't think I do. I don't think I can reach the well, I can do it that way. Oh well, it was always worth a try. Right, so really now it's just a matter of mucking the area up a little bit and making it look a little bit more lived in. I've got a few plants and things to put around the area, so we're going to whack a little bit of this down over here. Just go mad with it, really. In this area around the thing, that's only going to grow so far, but that's fine, I don't mind. Bit there, maybe a bit there, that's fine. And then I've got a few, you know, largish plants we can throw around, nothing major, just again just a few interest pieces, a few minorly small plants. There's quite a lot over that way, so I don't want to go too mad over there. I do want to just bring something like that in here, and then maybe in a few places around here just go and get a little bit of foliage going. And then bone meal. Let me see about that, and I shall be back with you in a second. Alright, and I think with the exception of a little bit of bone meal here and there, that is more or less that. Get a little bit of this going on around the place. The bamboo forest will obviously grow, well, we'll force it actually, but I have thrown some trees in. That one turned out magnificent, and I went with some of the nether trees. Those ghostwood trees even look really nice in the overworld. Well, I think they look really nice in the overworld. We should be able to just bone meal these guys up a little bit. I've still got more bones, so, and of course it doesn't really matter with the because with what I've got planned for the next episode, we should have more bones than we'll ever need, even more than we're gonna get from the current spawner. That's the theory anyway. Whether it works in practice is entirely different, another factor. But I'm generally pretty happy with that. Let's set ourselves today. Otherwise, let's have a quick snooze, and then we'll go over and we'll have a look from some other angles. But yeah, I'm generally very happy indeed with that little area. We need to be not there. And let's just try a swoopy flying around reconnaissance first. There's still, I mean, there's so much terrain, so many things I can build around here, but I am generally very, very happy with that. We still need to play with the bees as well. Although we may be able to play with bees for real much sooner than I anticipated, because 1.15 obviously Forge is out. Whether the 1.15 version of Forge will be whether I'll be able to do my new Sid Modded Life in version 1.15 or whether I'll be stuck in 1.14 for a while, that's, you know, kind of the part of the question, if you like. But generally speaking, I think we've got quite a nice little area out there now. And those bamboo really do make a difference. I mean, even over there they made a difference, and they just add a bit of colour. And as I say, that white tree as well, it's really different. Now, one of the things we may need to do with that is just check up in the branches to make sure that I haven't created some spawner zones. But we'll go with that for definite. I'm going to try for a better view. Actually, there we go. Let me just check that tree out. But next episode, we're going to be doing some technical build. Oh well, it's old school technical build, I suppose, but it still is a technical build. And that is, I need a spawner which is capable of, yeah, you see, that is not spawnable, even though it's showing us the light level is low. This is not. Yeah, I think we got away with that. What about that one over there in the background? I suppose I should check that as well, shouldn't I? But yeah, adding this foliage in just made all the difference, I think. And we'll just check this thing out just to make sure, because that's not. Oh, that is not the most awesome place for a tree for a castle, of course, because any mind you, let's be honest, any invading force would in reality would not be able to climb on the leaves anyway, you know, short of Minecraft and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know, most people can't run across the treetops like little fairies. So on that note, I think that'll be it for this episode, and until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon, and bye for now.